Hello Capricorn, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead, Cappies. How are you? Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. Look, we're looking at the Lenormand today. We're just going to throw some Lenormand. I'm going to throw these for the overall energy for the week ahead, and then we're going to look at some tarot and get some details. Let's find out what's going on for you, Capricorn. If you've never been here before, I hope you'll stay, and if you do, there is a subscription button down in the bottom right-hand corner of this little square where I live. Thanks for showing up. Let's get to the shenanigans. Tell me about Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Capricorn, please. Tell me about Capricorn. Tell me about Capricorn. All right, we've got the Fox. What's going on here? Looking over your shoulder. Are you expecting someone to follow you? We've got the Compass here. Any more? You know what? I feel like you're on, you have examined something here. There's something here, Capricorn, that you've examined really closely and probably for a while. We have card number 44, which is an 8. Maybe it's you that you're examining. Look, it could be the self-examination or the self-audit that's been going on here. It could be that. It could be that you're kind of looking really closely at, this Fox is looking back into the past. It almost feels as though you're examining the past. And it feels like you're going into a new, really abundant cycle that's showing up here. And it feels like you just don't want any of the riffraff to follow you in. I think that it's almost like, it's like you feel like you have to keep looking over your shoulder because somebody is about to show up that I feel that they seem to find you wherever you are. So you could be somebody who's dealing with a stalker. I'm not saying that you are, but you could be someone who you're dealing with somebody who no matter what you do, they seem to find the way around your blocks. So your life blocks, maybe they figure out where you live, maybe they figure out how to get a hold of you on social media. I feel like you're examining the past and realizing your growth and that it's time to pull away from something. It feels like with card 14, that is the, that is the Temperance energy. We have the 9 of Wands on the bottom of the deck though. So the 9 of Wands is here and it feels like you are about to step out of an old cycle. It feels like you're about to, you're at the 9s and the 10s are where the cycles end. So I feel like you're on the verge of leaving some sort of cycle, but you're taking one look back to make sure that nobody's following you in. I want to say with card number 14 that it feels like with this this energy of temperance, it feels like you've really tempered yourself. You've become unbreakable is what I want to say. Like that's what it's giving me, the feeling that you've become unbreakable or immovable. I feel like you are somebody who is really highly self-critical, or you're somebody who is looking at 44 is an 8, the self, right? It's about putting the hard work into something, and I think it's you that you've put the hard work in on here. I've got card number 19, and 6 of Swords is in the bottom right-hand corner. So for some of you, you could be leaving a job. You're like, I'm too good for this. I don't know why I'm hanging around waiting for things to change when I'm the one who's supposed to make change. Card 16 is Tower energy, but there's also a star here. I feel like you're making some sort of decision after looking into the past. Six of Hearts is here, 6 of Cups. It feels like you're looking into the past saying, you know what, I think I'm just going to leave that stuff back there and it's time for me to move to a new job or a new place or to get a look from the top of the spire here, right? So this is different than the Tower that is in the tarot. In the Lenormand, it's more about large corporations or an institution, or it's more about, seeing things from a higher peak, right? The sun is in the background. We've got card number 19, the sun is in the background. Card number 19 is the sun in the tarot. And the 6 of Swords tells me you're moving on from somewhere. And so I feel like this is like a soft tower, because the bottom of the deck for me is the future energy. You're about to experience a soft tower, but I think you're causing it. I feel like there's a realization, and then because of your tower, your realization, I feel like you cause a tower for other people. I feel like you're looking over your shoulder because you're pointed in a different direction. You've now got the direction and you know where you're going, and wherever it is that you're going is someplace quite lucrative, lucky. The four-leaf clover is here, right? The clover. And so you're moving off to balance, it feels like. We've got the Six of Pentacles here. It feels like you need more reciprocal energy somewhere. It feels like you're leaving one place to go to another because you know that you need more reciprocal energy. And I feel like you're going to get it. But you need to go looking for it, and you need to leave the past in the past here. Tell me about Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Let's look at some tarot. Don't forget, Capricorn, that there are sales all over the place. I've got a 10% sale on for pre-recorded readings. And if you want a face-to-face reading, there's a 75% sale on. And so please look in the pinned comment. Go to Hipsy. And if you have a user password already for the Wizio platform, you will be able to use that in the Hipsy platform. So figure out what you need. All my pricing is there. If you just want to just go take a look at the pricing, you can do that. Tell me about Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Capricorn. We've got the Death card. Yes, something is transforming. Something is ending here. Ah, yes, you're on your way, my friend. I feel like it took you a really long time to make this decision, but it feels like you're done. And when Capricorn's done, Capricorn is in fact done. You will continue to give and overgive and make sure that everybody has what they need. But if it doesn't work out the way you think it is, or if somebody is betraying you or taking advantage of you, you will finally get to the place where you're done. I feel like it took you a long time to accept that something here is over, whether it's a relationship or the job, possibly a friendship, maybe it's something that has to do with a family member. It took you a long time to realize that this is just not repairing itself. It's not going to repair itself. I just need to leave it behind. We've got the Strength card in the reverse. I feel like you were scared to face the fear of pulling away and what that might meant, what the ramifications were of pulling away. The Strength card in the reverse is inner strength. And so I feel like you are gaining strength or courage. It feels like the inner strength to realize that the two, this card number 2 with the clover, that there is abundance and luck and all sorts of really good things here. Reciprocal energy being one. It really does feel like there was somebody back there who you waited on. It feels like you waited on them and you were like very practical. It's like, but I've been here for so long in the job, in the relationship, in the friendship. Maybe it was a family member who was taking advantage. But it feels like this Knight of Pentacles here, that you're very clear and you have a path, and now you know that you've got to get to the goal. And I feel like both of these cards are telling me that you have decided it's time to find my way. It's time to find my way and follow my own plan. It's time that I stopped worrying about the plans of other people. We've got card number 42, which is a 6. We've got a 6 here, the bottom right-hand corner of the card here, 6 of Pentacles. And so it does feel like that there is something new on the horizon. I'm going to say something new is on the horizon here. You just had to find the courage to be able to get on the path that was intended for you and not let people pull you off the path by saying, I need you, I need this, I need that. Tell me more about Capricorn. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. And we've got the Tower. Ooh, boy. Look, there is so many realizations going on for a lot of the zodiac, a lot of the signs, not just for you, Capricorn, but there's a realization going on here. I feel like you've always had the strength to do it, but I feel like the Strength card in the reverse is telling me that you were scared to face your fears. And your fears were that you were going to have to cut somebody off, or that you were going to have to quit the job that you were at for years, possibly. That you were going to have to tell them, it's time for me to go. I've got to move forward. But when the Wheel of Fortune shows up, when the Major Arcana show up, and you have 3, and I only have 5 cards on the table, but you have 3 Major Arcanas, which tells me that there's a lot of change coming up for you in the week ahead, Capricorn. But it's change that I think you will cause, because I feel like you've been gaining strength or gaining momentum to move toward things that are happier days for you. And the pause that you've had is going over the self, or figuring out through looking at it, examining it really closely. What do I want? I may have some stability now with the 4s, but if I join those together, the 8s then become about me. So I feel like it now has come to a point that it's about you. The only way that the Wheel of Fortune is able to move forward is if you accept the Death in the Tower. And look, it feels like you don't really have a choice, I'm going to say. The only choice you have when the Major Arcana show up is whether you're going to react lose your shit, or whether you're going to respond. Sit back and wait for everything to crumble so then you can begin to build it again or go out on your own path. So we do have this is a long time coming, I want to say, but the expansion is here. And so the Tower has to show up to break down the illusion you had built that you belonged at the job, or you belonged in the relationship, or that you had to listen to what the family said. It feels like the Tower is obliterating it all because we don't want you going back there. And so the Wheel of Fortune is pushing you forward simultaneously while the Tower is falling. So I'm going to say that you might be coming into an energy, maybe you're in that energy already, where things start to look like they're going wrong, but it's only to place blockades in the way that you're not supposed to be going anyway. So tell me more. Give me one more card here. We've got the High Priestess. I think this is an understanding that you will come to. The High Priestess, of course, is you dealing with all of this in a very silent way. I feel like there are things falling down around you. It almost feels like maybe maybe parts of the Tower have been falling down around you, and you have failed to sort of look up and see that the Tower is actually starting to crumble. I feel like, when we don't listen, there's a whisper, and then it gets a little louder, and by the time the Tower is falling in, we then realize that those bits and pieces that were falling apart around us were actually pieces of the Tower hitting the ground, and that a bigger Tower was about to show up. So it does feel like here the High Priestess tells me that intuitively, I feel that you know what's going on and why it's happening, that the Tower is supposed to show up, because I feel like it's shaking you free from this trying to build the courage to move. I feel like when the Tower shows up, you become strong. Like you become stronger, strong enough to keep moving forward. I've got the Three of Swords in the reverse. Look, it's telling me I don't want to live in this energy anymore. I don't want to live in this energy of me having to take the loss every time someone else has the gain. It almost feels like you were putting yourself on the back burner. Maybe at the job, they kept passing over you for promotions. Maybe in the relationship, that person kept treating everyone else well while they were treating you bad. The relationship could be anything. It could be love. It could be platonic, a friendship, a member of the family. Tell me more about the Wheel of Fortune and the Death card, because that's some pretty heavy-duty energy. Yeah, it's 6, 6, and where's the other 6? We've got 6 and 6. 2, 14. Yeah, we've just got a couple of 6s. I thought we had more. Nonetheless, we have a new cycle that's beginning here. So the 6 of Pentacles is telling me that there is there's reciprocity in the future, I want to say, but first some things have to end. You must move away from where you are in order to gain reciprocal energy in money, in time, in friendships, in people. It feels like you could be leaving a soul tribe or a family group of people who just are not on your side, I'm going to say. We've got the King of Cups. And we've got the Two of Cups. The Hierophant is on the bottom of the deck. Look, you're standing strong. You are standing strong. The Hierophant energy is about your stability. You're standing strong. You're the way that you see as being traditional, that you're on a path for you now. It's the strength of knowing the higher self, knowing that I'm making these decisions through the higher self and my gut instinct. It feels like with this King of Cups here, that while things are falling down around you, look, the Tower's not going to be easy to go through. Relationships might fall apart. You might get out of the job in a blaze of glory. You might give them your notice and they might say go. Like it feels like they might not give you the last 2 weeks of pay. Do you know what I mean? Like it feels like things are starting to drop all over the place here. But the King of Cups is you. I feel like the King of Cups is, that's fine. Give me your best shot because I can take punches. I've had punches before. Like it feels like whatever it is, you're stoic. You're keeping your shit together about it. And I feel that you have this knowing of the Two of Cups in the future. You know that something better is coming. You know that luck is on the horizon. You know that you now have a path and you're going to travel that path no matter how long it takes you to get to that the goal, whatever the goal is, I feel like you're ready to do it. I feel like you're creating new structures, and that's why the old structure had to fall. The tower is here, right? You're creating new structure for yourself, and I feel like it's one of spirituality. Finally trusting yourself and going with your gut is what it feels like here. Got cards flipped. What's this? What do we got? All right. Got the World card. Is there anything else here? All right, King of Wands. I kind of like that energy. We got the World card and the King of Wands. You're out. Is what it is. Yep, you're out. The World card, right? It's an accomplishment. Like, this is a milestone, and it may feel like hell while it's falling down around you, but structures must change. In order for you to build up your own traditional structures must change. And so the King of Wands is here saying, you know what? If you're going through hell, just keep moving. And that's the story of the King of Wands, because the reason this King of Wands sits on the throne is because they become the master of their domain, and their domain is built in fire. It's like, I've walked through this fire before. There's nothing that you can stop. There's no fire that you can build that I can't walk through. I feel like you are being forged through fire at this point right now. And it feels like you're ready to close a whole ass chapter here. You're ready to close a whole chapter. Tell me about the King of Wands, please. What you have mastered is walking through the fire here, Capricorn. We have the Hanged Man, and it's all coming into perspective. You're making the sacrifices that are necessary to gain your own strength. You now see things clearer with the sun in the background, and this being at the top of the spire. You see things from the top down under the sun, card 19. You now saw the writing on the wall. It's time for me to find a new way to get there. I need the compass so I can find my way, because I'm doing it all on my own. I feel like you are doing it all on your own. I feel like you've got the map, traveling like a pirate. I feel like you've got a compass, and I feel like you're out. I feel like the people that are going to be most disappointed in you are people who I feel are in your past, people you have nostalgic feelings and situations with. They could be family, they could be really good friends, people who are not willing to follow you through to the new vibration. There it is. So I feel like you are on a path that you're not really sure what's going to happen. And so if everything seems like it's up in the air right now, it's because it's supposed to be. It feels like you're just ready to go. You're ready to take a leap of faith into the new cycle here. And so the World card is here, indicating the end of your life cycle is here, and a new one's about to begin. Tell me about this Knight of Pentacles. Where are you going is what I want to know. Where are you going? Where are you going? Because we've got the compass and the Knight of Pentacles here, who's traveling by map, right? This person is stopping to take a look. Where am I, as opposed to where I need to be? A bunch of things are ending here. The Wheel of Fortune is here to push you forward. Tell me, where are you going, Capricorn? We've got the Nine of Wands. Well, you're getting the hell out of here. It's like, is what you're saying. I feel like the Nine of Wands is enough. I feel like you've been resilient enough. You've gone through enough. You've endured enough. And I feel like it's just enough, is what it is. It feels like it's time for us to close down this cycle of you being the wounded warrior, because it feels like you're the person, 9 and 1 in the hand of the king, who's dropping the burdens, because I just don't belong here anymore. I don't feel like I do. It's time for you to head off for happiness here. We've got the 4 of Wands. You might be buying a new house, or you might be moving out of a house where you were living with family or friends possibly. But it feels like you're moving on to more stable times, because 4s are stable and so are 2s. 2s are balance and 4s are stability. So it feels like you are moving on to more stable times. You're getting out of this 9 of Wands energy. And I feel like you've been there for a while. And I feel like you're leaving people in the past who are also not willing to get out of this 9 of Wands energy, this wounded warrior energy, right? Because it feels like you're, with this 9 of Wands energy, it feels like you stayed there for a while because you felt like you were the wounded warrior. You identified with it, right? There are people who are not well or who have chronic illnesses, and they will just carry on with life. But there are people who have chronic illnesses, and they will be the illness. And when you ask them, how are you, they'll give you a whole list of all the medications and illnesses that they have. But there are people who carry on in their life with illnesses, and they just they just tough it out, right? They just tough it out. They don't complain about it. They just keep a positive mindset and they keep moving. And to me, that's sort of the Nine of Wands energy. You can be in the wounded warrior energy. We all are at some point, but you don't have to be the wounded warrior. You don't have to identify as the wounded warrior. Look, stability of the mind is here. Now, I think that you're going from the Five of Cups to the Justice energy coming up in the future here, because you're going to a new cycle and something else is about to be born. It's you're either stepping, for some of you, you might be stepping into your Empress energy, right? Empress is Taurus and Libra, but that's because this is Venusian. She's all love, right? She or he, right? Feminine or masculine. Can be a masculine Empress as well. And there's something to be born here. You're on a new cycle, something to be born. You're sacrificing things. You're walking through the fire. You're doing all the things you didn't want to do back here. I feel like there was, you were kind of trying to step away, but looking behind you. Do I really want to leave them back there? I know I'll get my balance if I keep moving, but it feels like you couldn't make a decision. It feels like here you're still feeling a little bit of regret, but also justice is here. And you're learning how to be happy on your own. I don't even think you're doing all this with somebody else. I feel like you're just happy on your own, like inwardly happy. And that's what the Nine of Cups is. Yes, it's wish fulfillment, but it's also being single and happy, or just doing something by yourself to build your happiness. There's the Eight of Pentacles we were talking about here. We talked about the 4 and 4 is 8, really examining the self. And I feel like it's growth that you get from that, because you decided to leave the Two of Wands here. You decided that you no longer want to be stuck at the crossroads. You're headed for abundance, friend. You're headed for a lot of money. You're headed for a more abundant way of life. It feels like you are making the right decision. If you're making the right decision. What's the outcome for Capricorn, please? We've got the Ace of Wands, we've got the Knight of Wands, and we've got the Ace of Swords. Look, it's a new day, a new thought pattern, clarity. It feels like you're now up on the horse. The Knight of Wands is taking a risk. I think that's what you're doing. And I feel like it works out in your favor, because you're not only like the Knight of Wands is moving really quickly, is taking a risk, is kind of doing risky things, but your intuition is on point, I feel, Capricorn. So you just keep moving. It feels like you're moving forward to clarity, new conversations, exciting new paths are opening up for you, and possibly even a love partner in the future. I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you so much for being here watching. I do appreciate you. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back, because I'm always back. Guys, take care. Bye-bye.